It does not, unfortunately. It's something we wish we could do. What we had to take into consideration when we designed this was the relatively small size of a handheld computer screen or a phone. Considering that most of the locations for entertainment, most of the entertainment options are going to be downtown, we chose the downtown area as the main primary focus. Civic Center parking lot, the entire parking lot will be designated as accessible. Okay. There is no intent to close any roads at this time other than Washington Street along the music venue.
Both public safety and public works have had a lot of conversations with folks in the state of Illinois. It's their highway, not ours. State police as well as the Illinois Department of Transportation just don't feel that they can allow us to close the road just because of the amount of traffic that's coming in. It's the primary egress and ingress to SIU, and so there's a bunch of other things that go into that. So we have taken that into consideration. We've had those conversations with multiple agencies, and the decision was made that it just needs to stay open for traffic access.
Yes, we're talking about a couple of different options. I don't think we've settled on one yet, but yeah, that is a consideration of ours. We're looking at a solution. Total budget that includes preparations, includes overtime, includes other things, is $150,000, $160,000. We've actually been doing some modeling to take a look and see what that could look like. And again, it's just a model. It's based on a number of assumptions. One of them being the number of people that's going to be here. But if the assumptions hold, if 50,000 visitors come in and all the hotel rooms are full and it's a beautiful day and we get the crowds, based on the models we're looking at right now, we think it could be $7 to $9 million in direct, in direct dollars coming in.
Most of the lots on campus are for those people, and it'll be the north part of campus, north of the arena, north of the football stadium, all those lots. I use the Pulliam lot, or I use the Anthony Hall lot, or those kinds of lots around agriculture or communications. Those all are reserved for faculty, staff, and then some of those are student lots too, the people that reside on campus. And our students will all be here. And so it's a normal work day and every department is open. What is happening is there are no classes that day. That should have been our first day of class, but students don't have to go to class that day.
Surgeon has a number of bicycles that they're intending to rent. The bicycle shop on South Illinois Avenue, and I think maybe Carbondale Cycle may. I'm not sure exactly what their plans are, but I do know the bike surgeon is planning already. The shuttle buses that will be delivering our guests from the outer parking areas will be dropped off and picked up here. There is a shuttle that will be running between campus and the Civic Center to take people that are downtown to campus. They'll be leaving here. Will be a cooling station as well, phone charging station, water will be available, the accessible parking will be in this parking lot here. So yeah, this is sort of the central location.
We anticipate it'll be about that 15 or 20 minute interval. We're still running routes and deciding on the exact number of buses we're going to put on each. And, obviously that depends a lot on how many people park at one time and whether things are packed or not. But we do have plans in place and looking for that 20-minute kind of route at most.
So we're selling tickets in the stadium. It's about half full, but every day we get calls. I talked to a guy from Panama yesterday who was buying tickets. So we're getting calls from around the world to buy tickets to our stadium event. We hear from different groups at different times that are still signing up, and interesting kinds of groups that are coming. So there's a lot of activity, a lot of going on. As soon as Shuttle Hall opened up, a lot of those rooms were filled, but there's still some available. Touch of Nature has been very successful at filling. But like I say, we won't know until that happens.
The interactive map is accessed on your phone by going to carbondaleeclipse.com/getaround, or just going to carbondaleeclipse.com and then clicking on the Get Around link. It's going to be a very busy week. Monday, the day of the eclipse, is the first official day of classes, although SIU is canceling classes on that day. And the high schools and grade schools have canceled classes on that day. That will help some with the traffic. But there's also move-in day for SIU the week prior. So there's a lot of activity going to be going on for that week. I think I will be getting my milk, bread, and eggs and anything else probably that week or the week of, just to have it. Because the uncertainty of what the traffic might be like in town, it might be like preparing for a big snowstorm. You know, when bad weather's forecast and everybody goes out and you can't find milk, bread, and eggs on the shelves at the grocery store, it might be something like that. There's a charge to park, but there's not charge for the transportation. So in other words, if you're from out of town and you park at the mall or the high school or by the cemetery, there's a $5 per car charge, cash, or $7 for a credit card, and then you can ride that shuttle back and forth as much as you want. And for the shuttle between City Hall and campus, there is no charge.
At this point, we do not have any identified parking that would be to park and watch from that location to tailgate activities. That's why we're providing the entertainment, the downtown area, the entertainment on campus, and to try to draw those people into those areas where we believe we can keep them the most safe.
So right now we have approximately 140 to 145 porta potties rented. The discrepancy comes down to the handicap accessible. The vendor that we're using is in works of attaining more handicap accessible units, which he is purchasing. So we'll have a definite number here soon. Those will be distributed in 3 spots. First is the Town Square Pavilion, second is Washington Street for the concert, and the third area will be First Illinois Bank. Each will have hand wash stations and sanitizer stations associated with them. The reason that we have the 3 locations is because we're also requesting overnight service done to them in hopes of keeping, their inventory low. And it'll be much more efficient for the servicing if they are isolated into as few spaces as possible. To spread them out all over the downtown would be ineffective for getting them serviced in an appropriate time frame.
The only thing that's closed that day, there are no classes for students. So the rest of the university is open. The buildings are open, the offices are staffed. It's a full day on campus. And so if you walk into the student services building, all those offices will be staffed. If you walk into Necker's, those offices will be staffed. And so those facilities will be available. I think there's going to be some limiting based on what's appropriate to let the public wander into and stuff.